What's up, everybody? This is Phat420, Ty and Steve of Phat420's Pitstop with Ty and Steve. As you can see, Ty's not in his usual studio. He's actually in his trailer getting ready to race tonight because there's a big race over at Peoria, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But first of all, we like to send our condolences, prayers, well wishes, and whatnot to the Alex Club because he got in a serious wreck. Either going to or coming from somewhere.
Coming from Iowa.
Iowa? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And on what you see on there, and we're sending it in the GoFundMe, or we're putting it in the chat if you're watching it afterwards to throw them some money because they're really cool guys. I've met Alex before, and he's really cool. But he might actually be someone coming on the show to talk about it because he actually did race. Street stocks, did you say, Ty, over at Fairbury?
Well, he raced street stocks and then he raced modifieds for, I think, a couple of years.
Okay, street stocks and modified. So he is into dirt. He knows what the dirt track racing is. Plus, he has relatives that race dirt, too. So, again, click on that link. If you have enough money, throw some few bones to help him out. And, again, we send our well wishes and prayers to everybody. And I'm glad they're fine. It sounds like they're all fine. It's just...
Yeah, nobody was injured. But...
As you can see, the car actually stayed put.
Yeah, somebody made comment. Damn, somebody strapped the car down. Good.
Right. So, nevertheless, we'll do recaps for the drivers' meeting. Okay, and Macon Speedway had 410 sprints, and the top five are Joby Miller, Adrian Genterman, Reese Moran, Noah Glass, and Mike Palace. Right, okay. Sportsmen's, Guy Taylor, Colby Eller, Tim Reif, Randy Huffman, and Scott Landers. And Dirt Car Pro Mods, Kevin Medellin, Dalton Ewing, Matt Milner, Storm Baylor, Bradley Reed. And D2 Midgets, there was only two, so that's Dominic Bruins and Tony Hayter won those.
That's the best kind of race when there's only two. You guaranteed one place.
Right. So Charleston, Dirt Car Modified feature is Wade Wenth, Billy Kippenig, which he's the guy that runs Kankakee, right?
Kippenberg?
Yeah, Kippenberg.
Yeah, I believe so.
Ed Rowley, David Shane, and Drake Stevenson. Pro Mods, which are basically a B mod or a crate mod.
How's it going, bro?
Drake Von DeLoen, Donnie Cheeseman, BJ Deal, JD Evans, and Drew Schwartz. Late models, pro late models. Well, they only had 4 there. Well, they had 5, but one did not start. But those orders are Chase Wilson, Mitch Brown, Lane Rowley, and Nathan Spain. Stock cars, Jared Crick, Ryan Taylor, Josh Griffin, Dylan Holycross, and Jacob Wilkinson. Factory stock, they had a lot here. Holy crap. Factory stocks for Dirt Car is Jesse Simmons, Duncan Altler, Mike Reed, Zach Simmons, and John Strasser. Dirt Car Hornets, Aaron McRill, Kenny Cordless, Cole Reed, and James Trivet. And kids mods were Brody Brandison, Brendan Heiser, Ransom Luggage, and Corbin Sanders. Now the big...
Uh-oh.
Okay. Now the big...
Howdy, everybody.
You weren't ready for that.
Usually people don't see me unless something like this occurs. I am, as it says, producer Adam. Howdy, guys. It's good to see you on the camera.
Yes, apparently, Jeff. Happy race day.
Yep, yeah, Jeff. What's up, Cole? Yeah. I was just going to say something. I'm just thinking, I got to say this. Too many fucking classes. Okay.
Yes.
Too many
Yeah.
fucking classes. Why do we got B mods and A mods?
Hey,
Okay,
hey.
I
Because
understand.
us people can't afford A mods, Steve.
Okay, that's fine. Then let's not fucking. Okay, he's back. I'll let him get back.
Sorry, folks. It's operator error. I was doing something that Ty did a couple weeks ago and just fucked up and put the wrong button. But anyway, sorry about that, folks.
We thought you were being a musician. You said, and now.
So this is the Macon Speedway divisions. They're having weekly racing, modified sportsman, street stocks, hornet, dirt car pro mods, and power midgets. Pits are open at 4, grandstands at 5, hot lap 6, racing to follow. It's $16 to get in. Kids 10 and under free. Pit passes are $35. And this one, if you're in the area, is Charleston. They're having a $5 fan appreciation night. So if you're in the Charleston area and don't feel like driving all the way up to Peoria to see Ty race, because we're talking about that in a second, they're having fan appreciation night, dirt car, modifieds, pro mods, pro late models, stock cars, factory starts, hornets, kids mods, and Crown Vics. $5 to get in. Pit gates are $35, $15 for kids. Kids 10 and under are free. Pill draw closes at 5:45. Drivers meeting at 6. Qualifying at 6:15. Racing at 7. And last but certainly not least, we have the Peoria Speedway one. Now,
I'll be leaving about 12:45, bro.
So, yes, Ty's leaving here in a little bit. That's why I'm trying to run through this real quick. $10,680 to win for B mods. $468 to win for non-qualifier race. $1,268 for late models and $680 for UMP Hornets. Again, it's a Keith Siegel memorial race because earlier this year he passed away from an unfortunate accident, and he was one of the main guys that raced B-Mods at Peoria, so they're doing a big special for him. Pits open at 1, grandstands open at 4, pill draw closes at 4:30, drivers meeting at 5 or 4:45, hot laps at 5. Pit passes are $45, kids 10 and under are $20. Grandstand is only $20 to get in. So if you want to see me or Ty, come on there. We'll have a mini meet and greet if you wish. So with that said, we'll talk about the race going on. There's drivers from all over. Really, it sounds like the United States. We got a lot of people, the regulars from Peoria. We got, sounds like people from Indiana. I think I seen someone from like Arkansas, and I think even someone from like West Virginia. So there's going to be a bunch of people.
Big money. $10,000 is big money for you guys.
Especially for B mods, because a regular B mod race is $500.
I think they pay like $600. I think maybe
$600. So you're getting almost
$10,000 pays your year, just damn near.
Pretty much, right? Yeah. So last I checked, now if someone could correct me if I'm wrong, they had 80 cars, almost 80 cars.
Wow.
Pre-register for this.
Damn.
So it's going to be packed. So
yay me.
And really, like Ty said, he's just doing it more for a shakedown thing, which is understandable. But hey, if it gets going good, hey, he might be the 22nd car, but
anybody can fucking win. It's just fucking
right.
Matter.
I mean, I think even Mike Chastain.
You don't know what's going to happen. You go out there,
right? because I think Mike Chastain's going to be there, which he races regular mods, so he's going to be someone to reckon with.
See that I don't believe. No, if
You
you
don't
raise an
feel
A
like-
mod, I don't give a shit if your buddy's got a B mod and you want you to drive it. If you can run an A mod, no.
I mean,
Let
I
these-
kind of agree with Steve. I
let-
mean,
let
you
these- let these
you
guys
shouldn't be
who are
able to go
struggling.
down.
Right.
Yeah,
let these
and I
guys-
agree too. Let these guys that race this all the time
Right.
actually race.
Yeah.
Well, because you got like Trev Jacoby. He raced A
Right.
mods. He's racing a B mod tonight.
Yeah. See, yeah.
And then you also got Jake Montgomery, he's a pretty good guy.
You'll have probably Weiser drive a B mod
Weiser.
Oh,
tonight.
yeah.
Wiser.
Like I said,
there's,
Chastain. You'll have
there's actually someone, I can't remember who, but there's actually someone going to be riding Keith's car, driving Keith's car tonight.
well, I know his cousin's
Or
driving.
is it a cousin? Maybe
I think
his
his cousin's driving a car that looks like his. I don't think his car is
Oh.
actually going to be driven. I think that's just going to be the pace car. I think.
Oh.
I don't know who's going to be racing it, but
Well,
or
they had a
driving
car.
it. But
Yeah, right. They had a car last night during their auction, and they actually had his car there that was nice wrapped, brand new, and everything.
yeah, so I think they're going to use that as like the pace car
Like
tonight.
a pace car. Okay.
Yeah,
Still, it'd be pretty cool to see it. I'm
and
sure
they'll probably
let 'em-
do missing man formation. On my guess.
Which,
Yeah.
why don't you tell us what missing man is for people that don't know?
So the missing man formation, I don't know if they'll do 4 wide, but if they're just 2 wide, what happens is basically the person that starts on the pole will actually just go back 1 row for the pace lap. So that way there's a missing man in the pole position.
Right.
That's probably what they'll do for him tonight. I mean, if they don't do that, I'll be surprised, but my guess is they'll do it.
Right. And there's certain rules there, and what Ty knows more about this, and that's why I'm asking him. So what are the basic rules for tonight?
So tonight we have to run a 60 on the right rear all night. So we can't switch it. Good thing is I have 2 60s mounted up. One's already on the car. One's in the trailer here.
that way, if it gets cut down, then
If it gets cut or something, we have another 60 to go on. Yesterday, while inspecting the car, I noticed I have a roof nail in my left rear.
Oh shit!
How I got that, I have no idea. So we're gonna have to change that tire. But the sucky part is now I'm gonna have to try to measure, and try to get a stagger
Right.
tire to go with that 60. So yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure if you really needed one, I'm sure Bauman wouldn't mind.
Well,
Yeah.
I got some. I got 30s. I got plenty of 30s in here, but it just kind of pissed me off because the roofers that did my roof didn't clean up after themselves.
Oh,
And
bastards.
I also have like my gutter guards. They took
Right.
them off and just threw them on the side of my yard. They didn't even put them back on. So
Motherfuckers, good against motherfuckers.
So is that the only difference? Is just the tires, or
yeah, so we got to run a 60 on the right rear and 30s on all 3 corners. And the IMCA guys have to run their G60s. I think they have to run their G60s on all 4 corners all night.
because they have like McQuarrie or the other brand.
They have what's that tire, Steve?
American Racer.
Yeah,
American Racers. Okay.
yeah, they got to run their G60s. So
Now, is there a carb difference between them all, or
I think the G60 is the very, very hard tire.
Well, fucking right it is.
But I think,
fucking McCree.
yeah, I think that's what they have to run anyway. So,
And that's-
see now B mods we can run 30s and 60s.
it'll be
Right.
fine. It'll be fine for it. It's not going to be good to start out.
No, because it was tacky. That's why I was like, what the hell? Because I had a perfect 30 ready to go, put on the right rear, because that's what I was going to put on for the qualifying and heat race. But we got to keep the 60 on, so it should be interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
But with over 80 cars, after qualifying, that, unless they do track prep, which they probably will, that track's going to be so dry.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Thankfully, I have clear goggles to go over these.
So. Yeah.
So how many classes are running? Regular
Just three. Just three.
Late models, B mods, and
Hornets.
Oh. Steve's car. So is the carburetors different then too, or is it just?
I don't know what their I think if you have a 602 carburetor or 602 crate motor, you can have a 4-barrel carburetor, 650 CFM, and then I think if you have the open motor, you have to run a 2-barrel.
Right.
Oh. Yeah.
So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be for a good cause. There's going to be stuff there, I'm sure, to auction off still, or something that, someone's going around, whatever. So
yeah, no, we're more prepared, I think, this time than we were last time, because
make sure those bolts are tightened as much as they could.
Yeah, because I took the car down the road and it hopped like a jackrabbit, and drive shaft stayed in. So,
well, and from the way it sounds like, the jackman forgot to video it. So
yeah, he didn't video it, but yeah, I took it down the road and got it into high gear. And of course, with those tires, they're not asphalt tires, so they're hopping. They're hopping like a rabbit.
Right.
So I'm in the car just doing this.
Right.
And because I was kind of scared. I could put the drive shaft in, and it looked like the yoke was out even further, because I did put a shorter drive shaft in.
Right.
But if it's hiked up that much and jumping like a jackrabbit, I don't think it's going to fall out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you should be okay.
We should be okay. If the drive shaft comes out tonight, if you see a big old freaking... Yeah, if you see a big old explosion in the pits, don't just mind your business. It's just me just burning everything.
So I would also suggest, if you're going to watch, get there early as well, because by the time, if you get there like an hour before, you're going to have to park in BFE and in their fields. Yeah,
well, like I said, that's why we're going to leave about 12:45. We got to stop, like I said, get fuel for the generator, fuel for the race car, and then we're going to head on down to the pit, or head on down to the speedway and get in and get the car unloaded and get it on the pit lift and start kind of going over it again. Just, the last minute checks, and I got to change the gear. I got to change, like I said, I got to change that left rear tire. So.
Oh, see, you're one of those goddamn drivers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm interfering in the show, but goddamn, you're one of those no. When I go to the fucking racetrack, I am fucking ready.
Well, the right I thought I was going to be ready. Well, I thought I was ready until I saw that fucking nail in the tire.
Well, okay, the nail in the tire, but you just said you got to change the gear. Why didn't you change the gear?
Gear will take me 5 minutes to change, Steve.
It doesn't make a difference. It should have already been done before I left the garage.
But here's the thing, Steve. I'm going to be there 4 hours before anything happens. That's why we're getting there early.
Okay.
And I couldn't.
Fucking race car drivers. Everyone, go to the fucking race and then we'll start changing shit.
I don't change shit.
No.
I don't change shit. All I'm changing is the tire and gear. That's all I'm changing.
Yeah, even then, one person's changing the tire while someone's underneath, changing that gear. So it's both things are done in 5 minutes, and then the rest
I
of the
just-
time until he has to strap
I always
in
like
and
to,
go.
I always like to go to the racetrack 100% prepared. I know it doesn't happen. It
I
never
know.
fucking happens.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, Steve, but like here, I couldn't work on it on the road here, and I didn't
Oh, well,
want
yeah.
to. Yeah, and I didn't want to back it up into the garage.
Right.
You know, so like I said, it'll take me 5 minutes. I already know what gear I'm putting in. I already have it pulled.
Right.
And
What's that?
like I said,
And then see, there goes the old school. And I changed when we ran the late model. Of course, we had a quick change. But my modified experience was the old fucking 9-inch
9-inch?
motherfucker.
yeah,
Fucking right. Weighed 200 fucking pounds. You had to lift it over your fucking head to put it in. And
Yep,
then hoping, pray to God you got it lined up right.
yep. I remember that. I had a street stock that I had to put up.
The Grand National where it is.
Yep,
You got a
or the
Grand National.
Ford 9-inch.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's your job, Ben. Damn tire guy.
Son of a bitch.
I could if I was there, but
But yeah, no.
nevertheless, Jeff, I was trying to stay up late last night to watch a little bit of that, but I was just getting tired and I had to get up early because I had prior commitments before the show. But from what I've seen, it looked like it was pretty cool. So
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it.
I only watched like qualifying, so it looked like it was going to be a fast track.
Grandpa was watching the USAC sprint. It's over in Indiana Sprint
right.
Week or whatever. He was watching that on Flow, and I watched a little bit of it. But
Right. So again, Peoria tonight. About 6 o'clock is when everything really starts. So get there 4 o'clock, I would suggest. I mean, tailgate, whatnot. Talk about memories if you know the guy. Walk around, talk with people, because I'm sure a lot of people will be tailgating and talking about them. So it's only $20 to get in for an actual BMOD show.
yep,
So that's not bad. That's not a bad price, especially for $10,000 to win. Because if you go $10,000 for all the late model ones, they're usually like $35-$40.
yeah.
It seems like. So
Didn't do it.
it's not coming for me, I hope. Anyway, okay, talking about falls last week. So what'd you think about the races, guys?
It took forever. That was probably I mean, I love the Prairie Dirt Classic. I love Fairbury, but that was probably one of. I mean, I'm so happy Shirley won it.
Right? It
So
was
happy
like
Shirley won it.
after 15 tries, he finally won it.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but it was kind of a shit show.
Right.
We just kind of. I mean, the infield was so damn muddy. Those the pit guys, I felt sorry for them.
Yep.
Yeah, and even when they were showing them pulling off onto the scales,
yeah,
you see those tires just like.
Yeah, I mean, trying to jack up a car in the mud is almost counterproductive because it just sinks the jack into the mud. So, yeah, I don't know.
Jeff, that could be it. I don't know. But so, what did you think about it, Steve? Did you enjoy it? Do you agree with Ty or?
It was. I thought it was good. I mean, fuck, I had a long wait there whether we're going to do it go or not. But I mean,
and the race itself took over. I mean, it took forever for just the race to get over.
Oh, because these bullshit fucking whatever honesty laps or whatever the fuck courtesy lap. Fuck them. If you got a fucking tire, pull off the fucking track. If you got somebody to change it, let them change it and get back on. But no, we're not going to fucking wait on you.
Well, I want to know how Hudson was allowed to go into the pits, like the pits, not the hot pit, the pits, and come back out on the track.
And Unzicker did the same thing, and they wouldn't let him back out on the track. They said, "Sorry, no, You didn't pull in the hot pits. He pulled off the fucking change of tire, but he pulled into the pits, not the hot pits. And then World Outlaws wouldn't let him back out on the track.
Which is bullshit.
Exactly.
Right.
But they let that fucking English. How many fucking flat tires is he gonna have?
Dude, he had like
4.
Yeah, say he had 4.
Yeah, they waited for him every fucking
How
time.
do you have that many? Did it keep getting cut down, you think?
I think it just kept getting cut down or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the fucking looked like the door got shifted and the door was getting into it. It was cutting out outer wall of it. So then they started trimming on the fucking door.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should have done that before. But,
Yeah,
I mean, it was a decent... The last 5 laps were good.
Those were the best.
Which Shirley and Shepard going at it. You know, Shepard was trying to catch him.
Well, 2 to go and Shirley jumped the cushion. I thought, oh, fuck. He fucked up.
Yep.
I think he fucked up.
And then Pierce stepped on his dick, which I laughed so hard when he did that.
I was sitting here watching it, and I'm like,
that was my. You said somebody else said a quote, and I thought, oh my god, that's the best fucking quote. When Pierce stepped on his dick.
Yep. He did. He stepped on his dick on a restart. That was awesome.
He even said he did. He's like, yeah, I just pushed it a little bit too hard, and I hopped, and that's what spun me out. And it's like, well.
Yeah, because you were trying to jump the start is what you were, you fucking bastard.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it
that's
didn't work
another
out
thing.
For you.
And Jeff even mentioned it there. He's like, the 32 got to change a non-flat.
Yeah.
So are you allowed to do that?
I mean, if you brought out the caution, I mean, they do give you two courtesy laps. They're supposed to. That's World Outlaws rules. Is they give you two courtesy laps.
Well, I will have to say, but my experiences with courtesy laps, because we never raced big long races, but we did. And you'll give you boys from Peoria props because it was 100 lapper in Peoria. We went down and raced, and it was a mandatory yellow at 50 for fuel and shit.
That. Right.
And we came in and we were running like 7th, and then he had a fucking front tire go flat, and we were actually had slowed on the track, but he was waiting to get into the pits, and then they threw the competition, and we should have been at the back, but they gave us our fucking spot back in 7th. So fuck yeah.
So basically, you got the flat and you kept going, and then
we came into the pits and
we
went back and lined up. When we went back and lined up, they said, "Oh no, 32, you're up here." I was gonna say that. Yeah, we were 32 for several years because my fucking.
No, I know why.
Fuck you.
Good old long cool one.
All cool one.
No, is the dude that one of the car's wife was a big Bobby Pierce fan. Bob Pierce fan. Fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
That's where I learned my hatred for fucking Bob Pierce. I'm so sick of Bob Pierce.
You know, the old man back in the day, I heard he wasn't a bad guy, but
no, when I seen him when I seen him at the World Racing, and I went to his pits and I talked to him for a little bit, he seemed really cool. So
I'm just
what's wrong with Bobby is he takes after his mom, and his mom won't shut the fuck up.
You know how many times I've seen her how many times I've seen her start a fight with pits at Peoria?
All the time. Because she's like, oh, somebody hit my son. I'm going to go beat you up.
Right.
That's exactly what happens. I mean,
right.
Like I said, I have noticed a difference in Bobby's attitude, though. After that Dunn Benson ride, his attitude changed a little bit. I mean, he still is, a cocky little bastard. But I think some of his sponsors said, "Hey, knock this shit off, or we're not going to sponsor you anymore."
Right.
I mean, it was funny. What was funny is when Bob Pierce became a dealer for Rocket Chassis.
Right, yeah.
That's what was funny.
Yeah.
I just think like I said, some of his sponsors got to him and said, "Hey, knock this shit off. We're done with it."
Right.
You know, because and how much you want to bet? I know why he was trying to jump the start when he stepped on his dick. He was going to slide job both of them.
Yep.
I could see that.
Yeah.
He was going to try to get down to turn one first, and he was just going to slide right in front of them to basically make them break, and then he would have been gone.
Yep.
Didn't he learn anything from Kyle Hammer? Not Kyle Hammer, Bob Gartner?
Well, see, no one does that to Pierce, and somebody needs to do that to Pierce. That's the problem.
Right.
That's why he gets away with all these damn freaking sliders, because no one does anything about them.
No one actually retaliates.
I know one time he did a dirty slider on Moyer. Moyer went by him and pointed at him. Now, I'm sorry, I wouldn't want to piss that old man off.
No.
He knows all the dirty tricks.
Oh, yeah.
That's another thing, too, is I commend him for still going. I mean, he's not as good as what he was in the late 90s and 90s.
He still won a feature this year.
Right. So, I mean, he's still there. He can do it. It's just...
Well, it's kind of like Kevin Weaver.
Right.
He told people he's going to continue doing it as long as he's competitive.
Right.
Well,
he's not competitive.
The last couple of years, he hasn't been really that competitive, and I hate to say that because I like Kevin.
Yeah,
I grew up watching him.
I grew up watching him, and I met him a few times at the track.
We worked with
really
Kevin.
Cool,
I was
calm
on
guy. Yeah.
When we raced Farmer Cities, yeah.
Right, nice.
Yeah, my grandfather said, it's a young man's game.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, these cars are so demanding now that it's a young man's game.
Because like I said, we raced with Kevin at Farmer City. Well, and he come to Macon and ran the Herald Review too. But I mean, I think Bob Bennett would have done the same. Bob Bennett was 60. He was 65 years old when he died. Yeah. He was still racing a car because he actually we didn't realize it, but we were in Mount Vernon racing, and he told me he didn't feel good, and he ended up dying that night. He was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
He wanted to fucking race so fucking bad,
Yeah.
But I knew something was wrong when he raced after the heat race. He said, "Big Steve loaded the car. We're done. We don't have." He didn't feel good. I said, "Okay, whatever." So his wife called me next morning. Bob died. What?
Yeah, that's sad.
But yeah.
So, if Squirrel didn't win, I know we talked about it last week, but now that we actually seen the race, if Squirrel didn't win, who would you have rather have won?
I would have had Shepard win it because he's back in the one rocket car.
Right.
And, there's a lot of shit talking about him going back to the rocket car.
And you wanted him to win so that way he can, shut up the shit talkers.
Yeah. I mean, I would have liked to seen him win it. And then, the Black Horse, I would have loved to seen this, but he just had issues during the feature, was Winger. I mean, it would have been great to see him.
One.
So
I would have liked to see a more local boy win, like Winger or Unzicker or even Spatola, because he races at Fairbury all the time, so he'd be considered a local.
Yeah.
So, I think the person who won, I think it was Squirrel one, was the one that was supposed to win.
Right.
I honestly, and I don't quote me on this. Well, you can quote me. I don't give a shit. But when you watch them, that last two laps, I think, maybe not, because everybody knew what Squirrel was going through with his wife and everything else.
Yeah.
I think. So I'm thinking in my head. I think when they went into one and Squirrel jumped the cushion, I think maybe Jeff let off just a little bit. Said, "No, let him fucking win it. I've already won 3."
Well, I think that's partly right, but
maybe not. Maybe he got a hell of a bite with it. Maybe.
Well, Shepard's car bobbled too. When
Yeah,
see that
actually, they
was
did.
nice was when Shirley bobbled, so did
Yeah.
Shepard.
Yeah.
So I mean, he really didn't gain any
Right. I didn't gain
on it,
anything.
you know. So I mean,
don't
yeah,
know.
like I said, I'm just glad Shirley won it. I mean, he deserves it.
Oh yeah.
And I watched it to the very end till they cut it off. And when he was on the back stretch and he got out and did the whole waving to the crowd and everything, and when he jumped off, you can tell he was crying. He was like, finally, and then he bent over. He bent over on his car and like did this, and like you can tell he was like, yes.
If I'd have been sure, I'd have been so fucking mad. Why in the fuck didn't they put something down in Victory Lane? Because he jumped off his fucking car, damn near busted his ass in the fucking mud.
He did.
Put fucking sawdust down. God damn it! Don't make you jump into the mud, dumbasses.
Yeah, like I said, I understand that Matt wanted to get the racing, and it's just, I don't know. It was kind of a shit show in my opinion, but
I say if they actually kept the race going, no wrecks, it would have been a very good race. But with happened to,
yeah, I mean they had to track prep it though. I mean, the way the track was, it wouldn't have lasted 100 laps.
No,
it would have. I mean, it would have been a very boring race. It probably would have been follow the leader because it would have been so dry. I mean, I understand they took the break to do the track prep. They got to do that. They have to. Because if you want good racing, that's what you got to do.
Right.
So,
I think you made the right call with going 100 with the late miles.
Oh yeah. I mean, when they said 50 laps, everybody was pissed.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the whole track started booing and yeah. So yeah, I'm glad they decided to go with 100 laps.
Yeah.
And they didn't do the mod feature, and that's going to be done at August.
Yeah, end of August, isn't it?
Into August, I believe, like the 30th.
Yeah, I think it's going to race with the Falls Frenzy, I think, or one of the nights, I think.
Yeah, it's the 30th.
I'm not sure.
I remember. Yeah, I remember it's the 30th. So I looked at the. So. Yeah, I thought it was good. I agree with Ty. It was kind of annoying because it was, just wrecking, and they'd just give like 4 or 5 laps, and it'd be like showing everybody going to the hot pits, and then it's like, and I get how, Steve was talking about how, it's like no courtesy laps, just get in, and then, I get that. I mean, even the thing is with Fairbury, with me personally, even if it's a bad show, for me, it's still a good show. Because I've been to many tracks and races throughout the years. I've been to Brownstown. I've been to Peoria, Farmer City. I've been to Kankakee. I've been to Farmington, Missouri, and all those. And it's like Spoon River, and it's like with those, it's like it was good, but there is just something that wasn't there majority of the time.
Yeah.
Every time I went to Fairbury, it was like, and I think with Fairbury, and like we've talked about before, Matt don't take no shit from anybody when it comes to getting in line, when there's cautions. He's like, if you don't listen within the first lap or 2, however many it is, you're automatically to the back. And he even did that to his brother a few times, like we said before. So, and I think that's why I like it, because he doesn't play favorites, or so it seems anyway, I should say.
Yeah.
And he keeps the show going. And I think that's why I like Fairbury a lot, is because of that. And I've been, no disrespect to any of the other tracks, I like them. I like dirt track, as that's why I do the show. I like dirt track racing a lot. It's just some tracks are like, and it's like some of these tracks have character, as in like Peoria, for instance, with the turn one hole that's there all the time. I'm sure he does, but during the big races, it didn't seem like it.
Yeah. So
I get what you're saying, Jeff.
well, guys, I'm gonna take off here. I got to get Grandpa all ready to go and just get odd and end things. We gotta get the cooler in the trailer and all that good fun stuff. So because I'm gonna leave here in about 7 minutes or so, 8 minutes.
Make sure there's plenty of Yuling for afterwards.
I got a 12-pack, so
save at least one for me.
Maybe. We'll see. So here it is, guys. We're gonna try to go, and hopefully we'll do good. So
good luck, dog. Good luck.
And like you said, at least shake it down. You know.
Yeah, we're gonna shake it down, make sure it's good, and then just go out and have some fun.
So again, that's Peoria tonight, the Keith Siegel Memorial Race, $10,680 to win for the B mods. What I say, $1,680 for late models and $680 for the Hornets.
Yeah, something like that.
$20 to get in, which for a big race like that to me is cheap. I mean, yeah, it is $20, but you know, and then it's going to be for a good cause because I'm sure they're going to donate a little bit more.
Yeah,
and there's going to be other things you can donate to for him because you know he has kids and he has a wife, so you know it's a way to help them out a little bit.
All right, guys, peace out. Have fun,
peace out, Ty,
and
I'll see you there in probably a couple hours. So
hopefully everybody can make it down. So
yes, like I said, I'm going to be there. Ty's going to be there. So if you come to Peoria, I'll be wearing a red shirt that says it's the 5 car. What's his name? Actually, it's right here. Michael Schumas. If you see someone wearing this.
Oh yeah,
that's me.
So, all right, guys. We'll talk to you later.
See you later.
See you later, Ty.
Right.
See you there.
Bye.
So, I know we flew through those because it was easy to talk about. So, what do you know any other stories you can tell us when you were racing or helping out? Something interesting,
let's see. I don't know what kind of stories you want. I mean,
keep it PG, of course. But.
Well, all of my stories for racing are PG. I mean, we raced a lot of places. Damn, some bitch. We raced a lot. I mean, if you had asked me, I don't care for Vermilion County over in Danville. It was a long ass fucking drive, and the track was always dry and sandy, and it just was really not fun. Macon, I love Macon. I mean, I love Farmer City. Charleston is a good track. Wasn't the best track for us, but we raced good there.
Right. Farmer City was another one I've always enjoyed too because I used to work in Bloomington, right?
Yeah.
And Friday nights I'd have to work third shift, so I'd basically go to Farmer City, and as soon as that last checker flag dropped for the last race, I'd be walking down the stands and out to my car so that way I can get to work, and I get to work in enough time to punch the clock and work.
Yeah.
Because, in fact, I actually worked with someone that actually raced all those. He raced the hobby stocks. You remember hobby stocks from back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Where they looked like a late model, but yet they weren't a sportsman.
Yep.
He raced that, and he told me many stories because he worked at the Pantograph before me too, and he says there's many times where he'd be pulling up with his stock car and trailer and parking it on the side of the road to work because he'd have to get to work, right after races.
Well, I was talking to Ty while you had your little operator error, and I brought something up, and we didn't get to work. I didn't mean to use him as an example. I think, how do you feel about I mean, I listen to you as you read down the results from all these tracks.
Uh-huh.
Man, we have too many classes.
Right. Yeah, I get that. I mean,
I mean,
we
okay, I would say now I'm to the point where Hornets, I wouldn't, if you Hornets were supposed to be the entry level, okay?
supposed to be,
It's
yeah.
supposed to be the cheap. I don't know. My Hornet, I paid $1,000 for, and that was race ready.
I mean, my Hornet that I had, I only paid $300 for.
But now these guys, I'm seeing these guys are selling them for $6,000-$7,000 for a Hornet.
Right.
No, not to race for a couple $100.
Right, and
No.
with that, with me personally, if I had $5,000 to $6,000 to spend on a race car, I'd get a street stock.
Yeah, I think
Because
okay.
especially in this area, you got Fairbury, Farmer City, Peoria, Spoon, Kankakee you can go to. I think down in Jacksonville you can race. They have street stock because there's Rudy Zaragoza. I think he's a 67 street stock, the red car. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. Don't run 8 classes on a big race night. I totally get that.
But okay, let's do this. Let's do away with the Hornets. Okay, now we're going to bring back this Crown Vic class, which we're going to treat it like, remember the old Bombers?
Bombers, yeah, that was my first car too because I bought that. I bought one off of Ty's grandfather.
Then we're going to have a Crown Vic class. So then we are going to have a street stock class. It's going to be a street stock. It's not going to look like it's going to look like a fucking Monte Carlo Mustang or what the fuck ever. I don't want any wedge bodies. Then we're going to have a modified class, but we're going to go back and put the claim on the motors, like IMCA used to do.
I noticed that too. A few of them.
Man, I always made. Made the small.
You made a small what?
I made a comment about we need to change the A mods and the B mods, and of course, fucking Ty goes, "God, it's like that because some of us can't fucking afford a fucking A mod." Okay, I get that. I think all the classes are getting out of fucking hand. I mean, when you're paying $6,000 for a fucking Hornet, no. That's not economical. I understand days are different now than even when I was doing it 20 years ago. But
so, do you think with 8 classes, do you think there should be, especially if they do it on a big race, do you think they should have a 2-day event? No. If you're going to have a Mars, if you're going to have a Lucas Oil, if you're going to have a World of Outlaw, you're going to run that one, and you're going to run 2 support classes. You're going to want that's what I was thinking too. And I'd like I always talk about this with everybody. If I ever owned a track, there'd only be 3 classes all night long, and then maybe once a month have a 4th class for just like another one. But it basically I'd like to see and this is what Fairbury did years and years ago. Late models, modifieds, and then what they call street stock, but they look more like sportsmen's.
Right.
I'd like to see just 3 classes. That way it can get done and over with. So that way if there is a big wreck, then there's time to take care of it. There's also time to get a intermission in, like a 15, 20, half an hour, minute intermission. So that way there can be some track prep and also let people have time to go to the food court and get beer and food and go to the bathroom. And, like I said, Fairbury did that forever. And that was nice because it was like you're sitting there in the stands and then all of a sudden, they get through everything with the exception of
right.
And then they would do track prep and let everybody go. And that was nice because at Fairbury, you got to actually do a little haul just to go to the bathrooms.
Right.
Whereas like at Peoria, you just walk down and it's right there. So, but yeah, I do agree there. But it also, to some tracks, it depends on the car count. Like for Peoria, for instance, majority of the time there's maybe 20 late models, 18 B mods, 18 mods, 10 street stocks, and a crap ton of Hornets. So that's why they usually have 4 to 5 classes, because if they just had the 3 classes, they'd be done over with within 2 hours instead of 4 hours. Which, again, I get what you're saying. I think doing 8 is a little over.
And if you want to do a 2-day show, okay. Friday night we're going to run our big dogs, modifieds, sportsmen. Okay. Second night we're going to take the modifieds and the sportsmen are going to run. We're going to run the street stocks and Hornets.
Right. So basically what you're saying is have the late models and modified races both days. For like the first day would be them qualifying and everything. And then the second day for those 2 classes, they'll be actually doing the features.
Right, yeah.
And then the first day have, like you say, the sportsmen's and the B mods for the support classes. And the second day have like the street stocks and Hornets, is what it sounds like what you're saying.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that would work, but it also depends on
car count
and people coming, and
right.
Because, like we said before, I've been to a few races at Spoon River, and if anybody's been to Spoon, it's out in the middle of nowhere, so you don't have to worry about a curfew like most tracks do. And I went there one time with Ty's grandfather to help him out, and they had a rain delay, right? And it was 4:00 in the morning before I got home, because they didn't finish until almost 2.
Oh yeah, that's what I always hated about Vermilion County, because it was always on a Sunday night, and we never left the pits before midnight, and to drive back home to Decatur was a fucking 2-hour drive, so it's fucking 2 a.m. and I gotta get up at 5 to go to work.
Right. Now with tracks that do Sunday night, do you think they should just have an afternoon show, or just start it like an hour or 2 earlier?
If I was going to do a Sunday show, I would open. Yeah, I don't want to do it in the middle of.
Instead of starting at like 6, 7 o'clock, start at like 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, because you don't want to go too early on a Sunday because of fucking church, of course, and especially now this time of the year. Track's gonna dry out really quick, and I want sun I want a little bit of sun, but then the track's gonna change, when the sun goes down, if it hasn't dried out already.
Right. So Jeff, what happened? If you can tell us what happened at Cedar Lake while I read the rest of your comments, and we can talk. Steve and I can talk about that. Why do you think they ran Cedar Lake late models on the USA Nationals Day? Looks like tonight. I'm guessing because up there is more Wissota, so a lot of those drivers up there don't want to run to the Nationals, maybe.
Yeah.
It would be my guess.
I know.
I get what you're saying, and that's why last week there was like 3 or 4 tracks in there that didn't race, because they knew all the cars and all the people would be over at Fairbury.
I know fucking Bob Gardner says, fuck, it's cold up here.
That was another thing, too, is maybe Jeff can tell us, since he's there, what class did he actually run? Because he can't run the World of Outlaw race.
He ran their support class. But
what was the support class?
I think he said this was Wissota.
Wissota late models?
Yeah. He said he had to change a couple things on his car, and he wasn't sure he didn't run good last night.
Oh, so you've seen a little bit of it or heard about it?
Yeah, he didn't run as I read his thing. It wasn't the night we wanted, but I didn't. A lot of people, Baker said the same thing. Well, that wasn't the night we wanted. But we'll regroup and try again tomorrow.
Do you think it was because it was too cold and the car couldn't cars couldn't get traction because of the cold, or
no, I think it's he ran Cedar Lake late models, yeah, whatever, yeah, yeah,
Cedar Lake.
whatever the difference. He was, I know I saw on his TikTok he's talking about how I didn't know what the car was going to do because they had to change a few things on the car. Well, I think it's a little bit of harsh, a little bit of harsh for what happened. I think it should have been maybe a 30-day suspension and maybe a $10,000 fine. Hit him where it hurts in the pocketbook.
I would have said for him, you're off the rest of the year from all the three of them.
Yeah.
And give him a little bit of a fine. And then at the beginning of next year, they'll make an actual decision on if he should come back or not. But 6 months and up to who knows how long, I do think was kind of a little bit overboard.
Right.
Yeah, he did flip them, but
what was that?
If you listen to his side of the story, which I did, he was just wanting to cut the tire down, and it just happened the way he touched him. He was trying to cut it down, and that's what turned him. And then he kept going, and those wedge late models, he just wedged himself up, and that's when the guy went over. So purposely, I don't think he did.
No,
I don't think he did that. But he did get. I think the penalty shouldn't have been as much, is what they said. So you mentioned in the chat the screwdriver test. Did you used to do that at all when you went to the track?
Yeah.
So
you just think if the screwdriver, of course, it's not that you go up and you just find a spot on the track, because if you don't want to put a lot of pressure on, but if you can't push that screwdriver through the track, that fucking track is like a concrete. Now, if you can push it through and how far it goes through, pretty much let you know how much moisture is still in the track.
Because if it's dry,
you can't put the screwdriver in.
Yeah, if you can't put your screwdriver in at all, that means it'd be too dry and it might be a little dusty all night long. Is what you think? Whereas at least if it can get part way through or all the way through, that it's going to be tacky.
It's going to stay. Yeah, you're going to. I've never been able to. Unless of course, right. Because I never did the screwdriver thing till right before the feature time.
Right.
Well, enough time because that's how I decided what I was going to do with my tires.
Now, did you just take whatever screwdriver you had and take it out there, or was there?
No, I had a certain screwdriver I had, and we just stuck it in the mud.
And was it like a real long one?
Yeah, it was a long. It was a longer one. It was probably 6-inch Phillips head.
Oh, one of those ones. So Phillips head.
I just walk on.
Right. Because that's something new to me, so I was kind of interested in it when you told us about it in our group chat. So that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it a little bit.
Right.
It's something I never really knew that drivers did.
And even though I don't know my back in the day, but I know you go to a lot of these dirt tracks and you'll see when they have their little intermission, they go out on the little 4-wheelers and they're looking at the track and they're. And I think that's what a lot of them are doing. You see a lot of them will see little bits of metal and shit and then flip it out. And we would do that. We'd walk with and stick a screwdriver in.
So basically, while you're doing the screwdriver test, while you're driving around,
exactly.
If you see something like sticking out that shouldn't be there, you'll
shit.
just
fuck, that got a tire, no problem. That's some of the shit you don't see. Shit falls off a track and it gets run over. There'll be pieces of metal and shit. You don't see that shit.
Because a lot of times when they bang and everything, they can bang enough to where it can, tear off a piece of their sheet metal, and then that'll get embedded into there, and then
right. It's like tires. They found a fucking A fucking roofing nail on his fucking tire.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, and that was, since we're talking about tires, I seen a video where this late model guy had a hole in it, and he actually used one of those tire, plugs.
Oh yeah.
Do you really think that would be more of a hindrance, as in because of so much pressure and everything on that it would actually still blow out, or do you think that would actually be okay to finish a race or something?
That's a really good question, because I really don't, because we always ran inner tubes. Always. Unless we had a B-Dock, of course. But we always ran
even in the late models or modified?
Oh, not in the late model. I would no. You couldn't. I wouldn't hold on a late model tire.
Mm-hmm.
There's not enough shit there. I mean, maybe if it was right in a deep part,
but in your Hornet,
fed,
you're right.
yeah, in a Hornet, you could plug a Hornet tire. But no, I would. And this is like I was going to say something at the time, because imagine I'm visualizing those features, and because my buddy we put a set of fucking asphalt hooters on his fucking car and ran them on his car for a long time. It looked badass, but
well, I do know. Yeah, I do know. I've seen videos of it over on the East Coast where there's more asphalt tracks.
Right.
Some of these asphalt drivers will sell their Hoosiers to the dirt track late model guys, and then they'll actually go through and actually groove it and sipe it from being a slick. And they run them for a month, and then that could be it.
I was going to say something about the tire. I mean, I don't. It's but this is what I can remember. You guys know. Nobody's probably Jeff might know. There used to be a late model driver. His name was Marvin Burton, and he worked with Bob Pierce. And they always teased Marvin Burton. You can see he used Bob Pierce's old tires. Now, Bob Pierce was big. He was like Bobby, a fucking set of tires a night, but they might be still good for somebody else to race. So Marvin Burton would take Bob Pierce's old used tires and race. He raced a late model. He was fast. But yeah, I saw where Ray Bollinger posted a bunch of tires.
I was just about to say that. Yeah. He's like, I'm going to be at Peoria if you B-Mod drivers want some decent tires. They're all free. And I'm like, that's pretty cool of him to do that, because a lot of the drivers will actually.
Exactly. A lot of those guys can't afford.
Yeah, $40, per tire. But he's doing hey, give them away.
Exactly. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's what I did, because the living room is eventually going to be my racing area.
Yeah.
And his nickname's Pickle, but it's Michael Minnell.
Oh.
He used to be one of the big boys for the B mods, and then he went to the A mods and race. He does more. I think he does Spoon, and then once in a while comes to Peoria. It seems like, but anyway, he raced Lincoln, and I was like, went online, and I was like on Facebook, and I was like, yeah, does any late model or modified driver have an extra tire, that they can't use anymore? Because I want to put it up on my wall to make a big, huge, racing mural, with all my little Matchbox cars and, pictures and hero cards and everything that I have from over the years. Use that as like a centerpiece, and then in the middle of it, have some of my bigger 1/64 scale cards, in the middle of it, and make it look pretty and nice, and make it like a. But anyway, he's like, yeah, just if you can wait till Sunday, I'll give you one off of my car from tonight. I'm like, okay. And I was at church, and when I came back home, there was a tire sitting on my doorstep. I'm like, sweet. So, stuff like that, it's like, and there's many times where I went to Fairbury and Farmer City, and I went to the pits afterwards, and some of the drivers would just leave their old tires there, and I'd pick them up. And some of them, the crazy thing, some of them was actually still looked good.
Where did that just happen? Somewhere big, and they took unzipped brand new tires, I guess they were thrown out in between the trailers, and I guess it was some big fucking race.
Oh yeah, it was down at the I-55 with Unzicker.
Yeah,
He has some good tires still, and then afterwards they had a bunch of kids going through and like
it
taking
goes
the
through all
tires.
junk tires. Yeah,
And
they picked up.
you know, with that, I get it because the kids were actually doing their job.
Right, they were just doing what they were told.
But
Yeah,
with that said,
you should know the difference in a fucking new tire and old tire.
they need to like make, and maybe they did make a rule where if the tires are, if you got a tire that's cut down and you can't use it anymore or whatever,
Right,
put it in this area
right,
after the races.
right.
And if you're there for a 2-day show, make sure your tires are either put up in the trailer or like right against it. So that way, when those people do go out to, you know, pick up old tires that are bad,
Right.
they can go to those areas and not worry about in between the trailer.
Right.
It would be my suggestion. So that way, something like that wouldn't happen again.
Yeah.
Again, we did East Moline. I heard that was pretty good. Oh, speaking of East Moline, they're racing no more the rest of the year. They weren't making enough money. The car count was low, so they're like, we're done for the rest of the year.
Sad.
And also, for news, Fairbury isn't racing this week, and they're not racing next week either, because of all the track damage and everything, and in the pits and everywhere. There's so much damage from that night that they want to actually prepare the track right instead of like rushing through the week. Like,
well, because they just put new dirt on top of that track.
Right.
And then they scraped it all off when it rained, you know. A lot of it, they scraped a lot of it off.
In fact, that one car, he spun out, or he got squirrely and spun out and hit one of those big, huge things in the infield. You know, it looked like he didn't, and all of a sudden the camera guy got up close and hit you. Sure enough, his back quarter panel was like, whoop. So, so that's why there's no racing at Fairbury for the next couple of weeks, is because they want to take that dirt back and put it back on and grade it and everything and make it look nice. So that way there will be a good racing surface. Again, I know we've been doing Charleston a lot because other tracks haven't been going to, but again, we talked about earlier, you know, a few episodes ago about tracks that we wanted to go to, and it really seems like I really wouldn't mind like to go see a race at Charleston.
It's a nice track to watch. You know, it's a nice track to watch.
You know, because there's Charleston. You know, it's been last time I went to Macon was a Herald and Review 100, probably in the early 2000s, and I do like Macon. It's a small bull ring. There's a lot of side-by-side action. I mean, for as small as the track is, I've seen them 3 wide for those late models a few times. Yeah. And I'm sure you have too, see, you know, racing. You know, I really don't know because I ran out of stuff to talk about. That's why I was doing stories, and I'm trying to go a little bit longer. And you know, since one of our people had to go because of races, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So, I know it's a short show. Sorry. Keep watching the Facebook page because next week it might be a hair bit different because I had some, you know, prior engagements that I have to do next week. So I think we're just going to push it back an hour for 1 o'clock.
Oh.
I haven't told the other guys this, but I mean, we talked about it, but we didn't talk about it. So we will have a show next week, but it will probably be 1 Central. Because, like I said, I have prior engagements that I have to do. Again, thanks everybody for coming by. This is the White Flag Lap.
Yeah.
And my final thoughts sounded like, with the consensus between all 3 of us, The Fairbury race was decent. It was still annoying because the race ran so long because of the half the track prep and everything and the rain delay. But it sounded like we were all content with them actually doing the 100 instead of just 50. Tonight, again, I know I'm repeating, this is like the third time. At Peoria is a Key Siegel Memorial Race, $10,680 to win for B mods. And like Steve said earlier, that's pretty much a whole gear. A B mod can race, and even Ty agreed. A B mod can race a whole year off of that much. But it's going to be $1,680 to win for late models and $680 for the Hornets. $20 to get in, which again, it's cheap when you think about other big races. You know, like Fairbury for that one night last week. Just for the stands, it was $45.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, if you're into racing, and come to see us again, and I'm going to be there in my red shirt, so you can't miss me. You know, you can't miss this ugly face with a red shirt on, because I use that as my racing shirt. You know, because that street Michael Schumas was graciously enough to give it to me for free. You know, because I won shirts, and he had backstock.
Yeah.
You know, a couple years ago, and he's like, "What size are you?" And I'm like, 5.
Cool.
He's like, "Okay, I'll see you at the track." And he gave me a couple stickers and the shirt, you know, and you only paid $30, Jeff? Okay. Well, I heard you know what it was? I think it was the reserve seating was the 45 and the general admission was 30. But anyway, still, it was quite a bit expensive to go, but it was still worth it to some. So with that said, again, thanks everybody for coming by, and all the listeners that watch it afterwards. Hello.
Yeah.
I got a show Sunday, or both of us will be back Sunday at 4 p.m. Central for Mayhem's Amigos. That's the network that TJ owns. And we're on his show talking about whatever TJ wants to, which is cool. Then after that, I will be doing my album show where I play full albums of certain bands for about 4 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Tuesday night from 6 to 10, I do just random music for, you know, I read the room, see who's there, and then I'm like, okay, I'll play stuff that's more in the lines of that generation. And then last but certainly not least, I'll be back at Mayhem's Amigos After Dark about, 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
We usually do the show? 9 o'clock Central.
Yeah.
Thursday nights.
Yeah, I fell asleep last week. What watching a football game, huh?
It happens. And then last but certainly not least, we'll be back here the following Saturday, and it's going to be at 1 p.m. Central. So we're pushing it back an hour. We're still doing it. We're just pushing it back an hour. So with that said, that's my white flag final lap. And what's your white flag final lap, Steve?
Go Ty. Number 14.
Yes.
Go
14B.
Ty.
Yes.
Yeah, great show. Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow morning on the shit show on Southern Fried Radio. Then I'll be back Monday with Rhino on the Wake and Bake on Morning Disaster, and then Tuesday back on the Morning Disaster with Christina and Ray. Oh, I'll be there Sunday for Amigos in the afternoon.
Amigos.
Yeah. I couldn't remember the name of the show. Yeah, but yeah, it was a good show, good time. I hope you fucking rock it, dude. That would be so fucking awesome.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be so cool to see him make the feature.
But yeah,
I mean, I know there's a lot of cars, and I know he has to take it down, but
first night out, the fucking car just fucking whacked their asses.
That would be funny. It actually did happen about a couple months ago because a guy came in and he didn't, and we talked about it, not on the show because it was before the show started. The guy came in and he was having someone else race the car and he couldn't get it going. So for the feature, the car owner got in and just got up front and won. But then, because this is another thing I do to make my experience at the track better, because I can't do it now because I need to get a new battery for it. But I have a scanner. Not only does it have what the drivers hear, but it also has what the officials say.
Right.
And from what the officials said is the guy that, I'm not going to name names because I don't want to start anything. The guy that won the feature, come to find out, he didn't buy a pit pass. He just snuck in.
Huh.
He also didn't have a UMP license.
Oh, yeah.
You have to have one to race. So there's those two things that basically, got DQ'd. So again, thanks everybody for coming. Sorry it's a little short show, but racing season, So again, hope to see you at Peoria because that's where I'm going to be. And if not, find a track locally and support dirt track racing because without people going, we wouldn't have it. So until Saturday at 1, we'll see you all later. Have a good week, folks.
1.